All right, good morning. So I'm actually gonna make a video this morning. It's actually day 4 of, I guess, what BR was supposed to be. But anyways, I'm not gonna vlog day 4 really that much because I think all I'm really gonna do is just take down tables and that type of thing. I don't think we're doing anything significant. I think the biggest thing was last night. I'm 99.9% sure. I don't even know why work crew is here today, but apparently they needed us to come in at 6:30 this morning, which is suckish because we were up pretty late last night. But I think I'm starting to see some work crew people and staff people come into the church. But I decided since I'm like 30 minutes early, I was gonna make a video for fun. So this morning I wanted to talk about kind of a funny situation that I ran into while I was on work crew. And if the person I was talking to sees this, I don't really care if it upsets you, because the guy I was talking to kind of seems like someone who has a strong backbone. So I doubt very seriously he's gonna get offended by this video. But basically I wanted to talk about how growing as a person doesn't mean that people around you are going to change, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the world's going to change. And the thing is that I've kind of incorporated this message in most of the videos that I've made. But the reason I wanted to make this video is because I think it's important to realize that, self-love and self-growth and all those things are extremely important. But the sad thing that everyone who moves forward in life has to realize is that just because you move forward in life doesn't mean that life's going to move forward with you. Or no. Take that back. I take that back. Just because you move forward in life and just because you progress in life doesn't mean that the people around you are going to do that with you. And the reason I say that is because, I've been spending a lot of time personally, and I know a lot of people out there have been spending a lot of time on personal growth, trying to become better people. Maybe for you that's diving deeper into the Bible, or that's studying more in school, or that's some type of behavior modification. But the thing is that no matter how much you change yourself, or know how much you make the world better for yourself and the world around you, it doesn't necessarily mean that other people are going to change. And the thing is that as I've been talking about toxic friends and politics and religion and that type of thing, is that you as a person can decide, or you as a person have to make the personal decision to grow, to become more open-minded, to change your views on certain things, to look at things from different angles. But doing that is, I would say, undoubtedly a healthy practice, not just for you but for people around you. But you also have to realize is that just because you become a better person yourself does not mean that the people around you are going to become better people. One thing I always hear from people when they accept Christ, or when they have become like enlightened in some kind of way, is that one thing that kind of frustrates them is that they feel like their world has changed and that they're a much different person, but the people, like the crappy people in their lives, are still the same. If someone in your life is toxic, if someone in your life has bad behavior, just because you change your behavior for the good does not mean that other people are going to. And so, to basically get back to my point, so I met this guy while I was volunteering here, and I told him that I went to Harvard. And this guy was basically trying to tell me about, he was basically trying to give me advice, because you know how I made my video about why people shouldn't give unwanted advice. He was trying to give me advice on how to navigate through the intense liberalism, and all of the kind of like heavy liberal stuff that's present on Ivy League campuses. And I'm not going to sit here and bash that, because I don't want to get kicked out of the school, because the minute Harvard sees this video, they're probably not going to want me going there anymore. But the thing is that what my friend didn't realize is that I wasn't a conservative. I wasn't a conservative. You know, he was basically speaking to me as if I was living life through a conservative lens, and I'm actually more liberal myself. But I know I'm probably gonna make a lot of my co-volunteers upset with that, but you know what? I'm kind of done hiding who I am on the inside. You know, I've always been more liberal leaning than right leaning, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Um, However, whether I identify as a liberal or conservative or something in the middle, it doesn't necessarily change the toxic culture that's around me. It doesn't change the fact that liberals, like people on the far left, are going to be super aggressive as well as people on the far right. It doesn't mean that people on both sides aren't going to try and force their narratives on the other people. And what kind of frustrated me is that my co-volunteer, he's kind of someone I could kind of tell just by talking to him. He's kind of one of those guys who likes to give advice on things that he feels that he knows a lot about but really doesn't. But the thing is that I don't even think that if he knew that I was a liberal, it would have changed the way the conversation went, because this is someone who believes that they know a lot more than they actually do. Not necessarily in a bad way, but well, actually, yeah, in a bad way. Yeah, in a bad way. But I just think it's funny how, like, because like I've been on this journey of self-growth and learning about truth and all this stuff, but how no matter how much work I put into changing myself or becoming a better person myself, the world around you is going to stay the same. I mean the world does change, but you changing as an individual is not going to change the rate of how things change, in the world. If the political realm is going to become more aggressive and more toxic, if the people around you are selfish and hateful, they're going to stay that way, whether you change or not. You can only change how you react to things or how you see things, but it's not going to change the people around you. I mean, I think that people can change. I'm not going to say that they can't change, and I'm not going to say that the world can't change either, because the world has changed and it's changed a lot. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, you growing as a person, you developing yourself, is not going to make the world develop. The people around you and the world around you is gonna stay the same, and if they change, they're gonna change on their own terms at their own rate. You changing as an individual is not going to speed up that process for the world around you. There's a saying, it's kind of like, how do I say it? There's this saying that's basically, it kind of goes like this. It's just like, if you only have control, you don't have control over other people, you only have control over how you react, or something like that. Or in life, we only have control over how we react to things. I've definitely realized that, not just from my personal perspective, but just factually, that's definitely true. You can't change how people are. You can't change, necessarily the world around you. They have to change on their own terms, and so we as people can only, like, deter how we react to it or what we do. And I've decided to make a personal change and make personal growth, and crap, I gotta go. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys later.